I often hear, "We'll just send the candidate an employment agreement and tax forms to get them started." Sounds reasonable, right? Hi entrepreneurs, I'm Vicky Brown, and you're in the right place if you want to engage your team, boost your business, and grow your leadership muscle. You know, aside from the fact that there are several other documents required for onboarding a new team member, you might want to stop and think long and hard before offering an employment agreement. Now, both an offer letter and employment agreement outline the basic terms of employment, things like hire date, pay rate, title, job duties, etc. But an offer letter will also have an at-will statement that governs when and how someone can be let go. Basically, it's at any time and for any or no reason. I know, this makes you wonder what all the HR hubbub is about around "you must document disciplinary actions." Well, just because the at-will guideline says for any or no reason, you can still get dinged if you terminate, or it's determined that you terminate, for an unlawful reason, such as discrimination or harassment. That's why we want you to have your ducks in a row on all terminations. Now, in contrast to an offer letter's at-will statement, an employment agreement generally spells out specific reasons for termination. And that makes sense because employment agreements are mostly reserved for the very top members of the organization, the ones you want to ensure will stay around for a specific period of time and not just give notice one day. Now, at the same time, you will want to maintain the flexibility of at-will with the majority of your employees. Any employment agreement should be drafted by your labor counsel. Do not, I repeat, do not try to draft one yourself. It's a legal contract, and unless you graduated law school with flying colors, it isn't something we recommend you try to tackle yourself. Now, on the other hand, an offer letter contains fairly standard elements and can be edited and reused for all new hires. First up, state that this is a letter of confirmation versus an employment agreement. As I mentioned earlier, all employees, other than those at the highest levels in critical functions, should have offer letters versus agreements. Employment agreements tend to undermine the at-will status of the employee. Next is the start date. And be sure to include an expiration to the offer. Usually it's the end of business on the first day of employment. Also mention that the offer is contingent on references and background check. List the proposed title and briefly outline the position responsibilities. And remember to mention that the company has the ability to change any duty or responsibility at any time. Now, when you list compensation, state either the hourly rate for non-exempt employees or the annualized rate for exempt employees. And make sure to use the word annualized, because annual rate has been challenged to mean that you have to pay a full year's pay for departing employees. You can add bullet points to outline other types of compensation like bonuses. Also include a general statement regarding benefits. Don't attempt to fully outline the details of benefits in the offer letter. It's far better to have a separate benefits overview document that you can provide to candidates. And be sure to note both the employee handbook and rules and any other agreements that the prospective employee is going to be required to sign. And most importantly, the at-will statement. Also be careful to avoid requiring any type of notice period. Something like that could require the company to pay notice time as well. Then close with the confirmation and countersignature. And lastly, try to avoid closing statements that could point to continued employment. Things like, "Welcome to the family," or "I just know you're going to be successful." I know they feel good, but the unfortunate truth is they can cause you trouble later. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and share. And if you're struggling with how to get your business off the ground and what comes next, then check out the Leader's Journey Business Builder. I designed this completely free video series to help you with figuring out who your customer is and where to find her, how to sell without selling, how to package and deliver your service, and much, much more. Check it out by using the link leadersjourneyexperience.com. And remember, your inspired leadership is the secret sauce to having a high-performance team and a wildly successful business you'll love. I'll see you next time on Leader's Journey.